Hey everybody, Shoebox Legends here. Thanks for joining me for another episode today. Going to tear in this installment to the fourth and final Peeps wax pack that I got recently from my hobby buddy Peeps. Was the recipient of 4 of these. I've already torn into 3 of them, either by myself or with Leo on a Rippin' with Leo installment. But I do have this green Premier Edition pack to get to today. And before we dig into that, for the first time ever, I believe these are new from Peeps, was fortunate enough to be the recipient of an official Bob Bet Bait Box bonus box topper. And for those of you who don't know what the Bob Bet Bait Box is, a little bit of information on this. It resides in an undisclosed location in a basement in the state of Minnesota. And all you really need to know about it, aside from the fact that it's the sponsor of the bonus box topper, is that all you need is half a turn, and there's your worm. So somehow this Bob Bet Bait Box produces your worm in half a turn. And let's just get right into the box topper first. I just thought this was too cool from Peeps. I remember commenting on the Bob Bet Bait Box when I first saw it in a Basement Files episode over on Peeps' channel, and I just thought it was really cool that he ended up naming the box toppers that he produces after that. So this is a wrapper that I will definitely be keeping in my collection. You just don't see a lot of Bob Bet Bait Box bonus box topper wrappers floating around out there, so happy to have that one. And check it out, we have an oversized box topper here, very appropriate, from the 83 Donruss, I think this is like Donruss Superstars or something. Carl Yastrzemski, in fine condition and supplied in an appropriately sized top loader as well, which is just amazing. Top-notch quality from Peeps here. I'm actually going to remove this sweet Dave Keon auto from the background, and we'll put up the Yaz Bob Bet Bait Box box topper instead. I love saying that in case you haven't figured that out. Just a genius name for a box topper from Peeps. And going along with that, we have a Nolan Ryan Advil Ibuprofen baseball card. So this looks like a single individually wrapped Ryan card that came out from Pacific in 1993. And I don't know if, I don't recall. I was collecting at the time, but I was like 10 in the summer of 93, so I wouldn't have been the person responsible for keeping my household supplied with Advil or painkillers, so I don't really know how these came packaged. I can tell you that if I was that person in 93, I would have chosen Advil, regardless of its effectiveness, simply because they had Nolan Ryan cards available in their product. So I am actually going to go ahead and open this. There's a part of me that wants to keep this unopened, but I do PC Nolan Ryan. And this will be kind of a cool addition to that ever-growing collection. He was one of my boyhood favorites growing up. And it looks like we actually get 2 cards in here. And these actually look very similar to the ones that were produced for the Nolan Ryan Legends sets. Like they made sets of 100 cards, I think it was, each, more than one of them, on this design that just featured all different moments from Nolan Ryan's career and some off-the-field moments, things like that. Here's a cool one with his teammate, Tom Seaver. Pretty dominating rotation there for the Mets in the late 60s, early 70s. And then here's one from his induction to the Angels Hall of Fame. Kind of a neat photo there. Like I said, some of these are, career era photos. Others are off the field or late career photos. And then these obviously have this little logo down here, Texas Express, 27 seasons of Nolan Ryan. Pretty cool stuff. So really appreciate you thinking of me as a home for those Peeps, and that was definitely a very successful Bob Bet Bait Box bonus box topper. And now we move on to the green Premier Edition pack from Peeps Wax Packs. I do keep all these wrappers, and this is the first time I've received one that's dubbed Premier Edition to my recollection, so pretty cool. As is always the case with Peeps Wax Packs, these wrappers are not for consumption, and I'm guessing that we're going to have 1 of 1 odds here of finding some trading cards inside, so you can't go wrong with those odds. Let's clear the deck here and see what we have. So we got some Heritage to start us off. Eduardo Nunez from the 2019 release. He looks pretty angry there. Definitely a pissed off Eduardo. From that same set, here's another Nunez from his pinch hit home run, sealing the win. This was a very fun set to collect, 2019 Heritage, because of course the Red Sox won the World Series in 2018. So they are glorified on the 2019 checklist with all those World Series victories in the World Series subset. Just a fun set for a Red Sox fan to kind of gloat and relish that last championship. Here's a Rick Porcello from the 2016 Heritage release. He looks like he is about to fall asleep or maybe just visited one of the dispensaries that's open in the Red Sox home state of Massachusetts. Next up, Carlos Quintana. Awesome 93 Stadium Club release here. Great photography, as you would expect from Stadium Club. Another Heritage, and I love this one, Christian Vasquez. He has been a sneaky good catcher over the last few seasons. At times, one of the hottest hitting backstops in all of baseball, and certainly an underrated key component to what the Red Sox have done over these last few years. The job that he's done behind the plate and at the plate. So really good player there. Happy to have that one. Here's a Shea Hillenbrand. There's a blast from the past. He was a good player in the late 90s and early 2000s. Kind of one of those key members of the squads that couldn't break the curse, or that came just before the curse-breaking squad in 2004. And of course, I really miss Upper Deck baseball, generally speaking. So that's definitely a win right there. Next up, here's a cool one. Superstar Topps Collector Series. This is from one of those box sets. Tony Armas. And can't tell if he's confused here or concerned, or maybe a little bit of both. Maybe someone just told him that he's a superstar and he wasn't expecting that. I don't know, but interesting photo there. Nice. Here is a non-Red Sox card. We got a Pujols. So Peeps knows that I love Albert Pujols. Think he's... Obviously, I don't think you can argue against it. He's one of the premier sluggers of the 21st century. Not a lot of guys in the 600 home run club, even fewer in the 650 home run club. So guy that I enjoy collecting and who just seems actually kind of cheap in terms of his cardboard versus his career accolades. So always looking for some more Pujols. That's an awesome one. Here is a very cool subset card from 81 Fleer. Yaz joining the 400 home run club. Of course, he was a member of the 3,000 hit club as well. Every one of those home runs and hits coming for the hometown Boston Red Sox. Just a gloriously awesome card there. Love the shot of Yaz at the plate. Late career Yaz. I mean, he was 20 plus years in at this point. Still getting it done. Awesome card there. Just a couple more to wrap it up. Here's a Drake's Big Hitters. Jim Rice. I love the Drake. Can't go wrong. These are some of my favorite 80s oddball cards. I just love the food issue stuff. And Drake snack cakes were a pretty big part of my childhood snack cabinet growing up. And on occasion, my wife and I still have the coffee cakes here in our snack cabinet. So I guess that's stuck with me as an adult. A couple more of these 80s box set type cards. Here's a Fleer Baseball MVP of the Rocket, Roger Clemens. Early career Clemens there. And sweet, a Will Clark to go along with it. So this is great. You know, hitting the big two as far as my childhood collecting went, Will Clark and Nolan Ryan. Cal Ripken was probably a close third, but pretty awesome that between the Bob Bet Bait Box bonus box topper and the Peeps Wax Packs, I received both a Nolan Ryan and a Will Clark in today's video. That is fantastic. Love Will the Thrill. Here's another guy that I'm really big on, Julio Franco. Mainly like him because he was effective and played until such a late age, advanced age. I mean, I think he was well up into his mid-40s, still taking Major League at-bats, if I'm recalling that correctly off the top of my head. I believe this is a traded card. Yes, it is. Card number 34T. This is from the Topps traded set, representing his move from the Indians to the Texas Rangers. A pretty cool card there. Love me some Franco. And then we close it out with a Mike Greenwell. Out of Score. This is like maybe a Score box set or Young Superstars 40 card set. that came out, I think, in 1988. And happy to have the Greenwell from that for the Red Sox PC. So that is a wrap. That is the fourth and final pack from the latest Peeps Wax Pack delivery, along with a simply fantastic Bob Bait Box bonus box topper. That is all for today. Really appreciate you stopping by and checking out this sweet Peeps rip. And I will certainly be back in the near future with some more sports card content. Until then, take care, everybody.